Page 50 still, Strand of Dharma Jewels, number 78. That you may become invulnerable to ruin, I shall proceed to explain what is true. By relying on these, one avoids involvement in inverted views, and abundance to attachments, existence and non-existence. This goes beyond both merit and no-merit, and embodies extremely profound meaning with the other clarity. As for persons being body as self or fear struck by emptiness, it's not such as should be explained in the vicinity of those two. The four primary elements, along with space and consciousness, whether alone or aggregate, don't qualify as a person. If either unite or separate, they don't qualify as a person. How could one seize upon the existence of a person in then? Just as the six elements together not qualify as a person because being a mere assemblage, they are false and not real. So too, each and every element it's just the same because each is a mere assemblage. It does not qualify as real. The aggregates do not qualify as self or possession of a self apart from the aggregates as self does not appear because they are not mixed in the manner of fuel or fire and fire. On what base then could the aggregates constitute a self? The earth element isn't the same as any of the three other elements, nor do any of these elements three exist within the earth element, nor does the earth element exist within any of those three, nor it is their existence established they separate or mutually. Each of the primary elements of earth, water, fire, and wind is not established as possessing its own inherent existing nature. Just as any one is not established separate from the other three, so too is this the case for any three when separated from any one. If only one relative to the other three and the three relative to any one can't be established as existent when separated from others, and each can't be established as inherently existent on its own, how could that one be separated from the others in any case? If each could be independently established when separated, why is there no burning once fire is separated from its fuel? As for the qualities of motility, obstruction, and cohesion, they depend on water, wind, and earth in the same manner. Since fire cannot be established on its own, how could any of the other three stand on their own either? As for its real master of the principle of production via conditions, what basis might one prove incompatibility with this in the other? If they each could be established as independently existence, how could they each additionally exist independently? Also, if each cannot be established as independent existence, how could it serve as role in mutually established existence either? Were one to claim they do not abide separate from each other, even as each element exists independently established, if they are not interrelated, then they have no conjoined existence, and if they are interrelated, isolated existence cannot be established. If the existence of each element is not independently established, how could each possess its own inherent characteristics? If independently established, they cannot manifest predominance, therefore their characteristics are mere artificial designations. As for visible forms, sound, smell, taste, and touchables, the principles are analyzed in the same manner as the elements. Also, I form constituting sense realms, ignorance, action, birth, and 12 causal links, their analysis is the same. The agent of actions, karmic action, objective phenomena, numbers, conjunction, cause and effect, in the periods of time, short and long, as well as name and the perceptive thought, and non-perception, they should be analyzed in the same way. That's it. Page 52, A Strand of Dharma Jewels. It continues.